Phineas and Ferb and fish hooks made me a morning person. I remember as a child that fish hooks would run first before Phineas and Ferb would. I remember fish hooks that had what do you call, I can't remember the names, but I remember that fish hooks had three main characters. The tall one with the curly hair, the short one with blue fins, and then there was a girl whose color scheme was orange. I remember fish hooks' intro would accompany me at dawn at 5 a.m. in the morning when I woke up before I would go to school. I remember that fish hooks' intro of that that counting sequence of 5, 6, 7, 8, and don't be late, something like that, would actually make the gears in my head turn at 5 a.m. in the morning, first thing in the morning. I would actually woke up earlier to catch fish hooks being run on Disney Channel. And after fish hooks were wrapping up that particular episode, Phineas and Ferb would come on. And Phineas and Ferb was the one accompanying me when I had collected all of my will to live at the time, collected all of my brain power and all of my body computing power. And so Phineas and Ferb, because it ran after fish hooks way earlier in the day, I would remember more of what was going on in an episode of Phineas and Ferb. In fish hooks, because it ran so early in the day, I did not, my child brain, my kid brain, did not fully understand what was going on in the episode. I'm not gonna lie, but I remember the intro that was so catchy. I remember the characters. I remember the teachers that were in the Fish Hook cartoons. I remember the bullies that is in Fish Hooks. But I did not know what was going on. I was just having it in the background, basically. But Phineas and Ferb, I remember that I know what was going on, know the storyline, and the main storyline of each episode, I felt had a same kind of blueprint where Phineas and Ferb would make something so bizarre, and their sister Candace would want to bust them making those bizarre contraptions by snitching to their mother. And so Phineas and Ferb has that sort of general blueprint in all of their episodes, I feel like. But those two cartoons were very detrimental to me being a morning person now as a 20-year-old adult, because I had already woken up so early in the day as a kid, as a child. I have already put down the seed of being a morning person so early in life. And quite frankly, I am thankful and grateful. Whoa. Thankful and grateful that I, my, my childhood self, actually did that, because now I feel like waking up earlier in the day feels natural to me. It feels actually what I need to do, but I do it naturally. Sure, I still set an alarm every day for 5 a.m. But usually I would wake up before that alarm, and I would actually wait for my alarm to go off, and then I press it to make it, to make it turn off. And so those two cartoons play a very detrimental part of me being a morning person. And I'm really thankful for my childhood self for being so excited to watch his favorite cartoons. And so that is the topic for tonight, on how those two cartoons made me a very productive morning person that naturally wakes up at 5 a.m. every morning. And that ties on to the 5 a.m. Club by Robin Sharma. And I mentioned on one of my videos before that one of the things that I could conjure up from reading that book is, whenever you wake up in the morning, do something, move your body. And I am already a morning person, so whenever I wake up early in the morning, I would lace up my running sneakers and go for a run. And that makes me ready to tackle anything the world throws at me every single day. And so that is my story for tonight. See you guys on the next one, I guess. Peace out.